Good morning. Good morning. We are back. We are back. Sorry it took a little longer than usual, but I have people here this morning, some from out of state, somebody on the phone from out of state also. There is a play that is going to be here on November 8th and 9th, in fact, next weekend
Yes.
at Northwest Activity Center. It is called Feeding a Monster. Doesn't that sound intriguing? Doesn't that sound very, very interesting? And I have the playwright here, and then we're expecting Paula Jai Parker, actress Paula Jai Parker. She should be here in a very few minutes, and we'll have her on. Now, we have Veronica Loving here. Good morning, Veronica.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you. And over the phone right now, we have actor Art Evans. You've seen Art, and we're going to put up his picture. Yeah, there's his picture right there. Art, are you in California?
Yes, I am right now.
Right, right. Well, we've seen you on a number of things for a number, number of years.
Yes.
And I'm happy you called into the show. So let us kind of talk to him a minute, a little bit. Art, are you from California originally?
Yes, I'm from Berkeley, California.
From where? Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Berkeley. Okay. Were you always interested in acting?
Since I think I was 8 years old with a movie called No Way Out, starring
Sydney, is that the one, No Way Out?
yeah,
Where Sidney Porter played a doctor?
he was a that is correct.
Yeah.
And I thought when I was 8 years old, that is, and I knew right then what I was doing.
You're kind
And
of
I've been
you're
that ever
kind of
since.
breaking up a little bit. You're kind of breaking up a little bit. Um, and then what? After the movie?
After the movie, they told my mother that to, um, I want, I wanted to take tap dancing, you
Tap
know,
dancing?
yes, and gymnastics,
He's very proud of
football. I wanted to just to do anything. I just wanted to be an entertainer.
Right, right. Well, you got the bug. You caught the bug. And uh, did you go to school for training, or did
I, w-
you?
yes, I did. I went to Barrow Theater, uh, and it's a solid act. That's a wonderful thing,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
great. That's great. So, did you do a lot of stage, or did you just stick to movies or television?
So I did a lot of. I mean, I did a lot of variety shows, like tap dance, singing, gymnastics, like that. Uh, uh, the first play I ever saw, I was in, the first play I was ever went straight to Broadway, and it was called The Amen Corner
The
by James.
Amen Corner.
The Amen
that. Yeah, the
by
Amen
James
Corner.
Baldwin. Yeah,
Right, right, right. Very good show.
They went to
and
Broadway.
I was the character of Jake.
Uh huh. Now, tell us about your character that you're playing in Feeding a Monster.
He's kind of he's an old in the confined or so. I want to give away the whole. I'd like to give you extra if you're a little bit there. But he's a guy uh, in jail for a horrendous crime, and he recognized that he finally realized 40 years that long and he's for it. He's all to it. Hey, I did it, and I'm and he's got this youngster who reminds him of himself. Not by virtue of uh, the
Well,
the but by virtue of his emotions, his expectations, and it's kind of like where, but he's also had the line intended projections that is intended to bring certain qualities to the individual who has been incarcerated, something horrendous.
Okay.
I hope that was
Okay, okay. Well, we're excited here in Detroit to welcome you and to see you act in
I'm,
person.
I'm excited about
Right. So well, you'll be arriving here to Michigan later on this evening, right?
yes, that is correct.
Well, I look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, we'll meet and break a leg.
Well, I look forward to it myself, and thank you so very much. You're
And thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Art.
Goodbye.
So this is exciting. The play, Feeding a Monster.
Yes.
Now let's hear a little bit about you.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you give us a little bio here?
Okay, I was born in Detroit. My grandfather's school is William C. Loving Elementary School in Detroit. It's named
Oh,
after my
that was your
grandfather.
name.
Yeah.
There's an artist named Loving.
Alvin Loving, that's
Um,
my cousin.
Really,
Yeah.
really, yes,
He's
yes,
amazing. Well, was amazing.
right.
Yeah.
Veronica's the playwright of the play. Once again,
Yes.
in case you joined us late. So then what?
So I married a man that was, that I thought was great. And he
We
was,
all did.
Mhm,
No,
he
I'm
was a-
just,
no, it's true. Or you would have married him, right?
yeah.
But he was a baseball player. We tried to have a great life, storybook life, and it just didn't work out that way. He wound up being a serial rapist. But I found all that out after,
Yeah, I
we were married for over 20 years. I had
Really?
no idea until he raped someone that I knew very well. And I don't want to give away too much
No,
of
don't-
the story,
don't,
but that's pretty much what the play is about, my revelation. And then I wrote a book first. It's called Feeding a Monster, and it's a memoir. And it was just so much in that book that I decided to just make it come to life.
Well,
in a
can
play.
people still get the book?
Oh, absolutely. It's on Amazon.com. We'll have it at the theater.
It's
on the
called
page.
Feeding a Monster by Veronica Loving.
And Jasmine Jackson. My daughter helped me write it.
Jasmine Jackson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you ended up moving out of Michigan, right?
Right. As a child, my father was a writer, and he went to L.A. to live the L.A. dream.
Oh, so many, so many.
He's back here now, and we're still there. So we got transplanted.
Oh, so you still live there?
I still live in Los Angeles.
Oh,
Yeah.
no wonder I hadn't met you. I said
Yeah.
she's a playwright, and I don't know her. And I was so excited because my background is theater, and I
Oh,
taught it for
wonderful.
39 years.
Oh.
Taught acting for 39 years.
Wow.
And had a lot of students go, a long way
Yeah.
and stuff. That's why I was telling him, Teal Marchand. Yeah, she played Keenan's mom on the Keenan and Kel show.
Okay.
She was, in fact, she graduated from high school right in this city, right in Highland Park.
Okay.
And she went to, she was originally from Lansing, then went out to L.A. and
She's still there doing
yeah,
her thing?
she still is still there. In fact, she actually was in the first beauty shop play. I mean,
Okay.
it was
I remember that.
by what's his name? Who he just passed away. Shelley. His first name was Shelley.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, she's still there. She's still
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
But so, how difficult was it for you to put this down to write about your life?
it was therapeutic and cathartic. So it almost just poured out of me in the book. I didn't even know I had a book till I finished writing. I was actually just writing, like what's happening and all this. trying to
But
keep
you
up
know that those emotions came out at different times, probably.
Right.
When you were doing it, you reflected on that time, didn't
Yes, and I felt like I couldn't just blame someone else. Like I couldn't say this happened to me, this happened to me. I started off almost like revengeful, like he's not getting away with this, and also I had this whole hero aspect of protecting other women, which that's in my spirit,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
But I don't have control of him or to protect the world. So I did my part. And I felt like when I started writing it, I started talking about myself. That's really the only person you can really talk about.
Yeah.
And it became cathartic. And why did I attract this man? Why did the things that he did that were like deceitful, why wasn't that enough?
You never realized that he had some ways. You said he was a serial rapist.
Yes.
Were the women in? Were you living in California at the time?
Yes. Yes. He is almost like a Ted Bundy, very personable.
Oh, okay.
Very
A sociopath.
Absolutely. And I learned all that later. This is
Yeah.
all hindsight learning because, he kept me, happy. He did things for me. So I'm like, okay, this is great. There were a lot of things that I could have seen as a woman that
Well,
shouldn't
were
have
you
tolerated.
working, or did
Oh,
you have
yeah.
children? Or
I have 4 children. We have 4 children. We adopted one from Detroit, actually. And we had 2 together, and then I had a daughter when we met. He had a daughter. So total, we had 5 kids in our home.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were doing, and I didn't even think it was crazy. We were 26 with 5 kids, just living the dream, nice house, and everything. I realized throughout the marriage, I made most of the money, but I didn't even think
What
about
did you
that.
do?
I'm an RN.
Oh, okay.
I deliver babies. I've been doing it. I was a manager and a director. Probably, I don't know. Now that I look back, I'm like, dang, you did that.
But my mother said, because I look back on a lot of things. Like I said, I've had so many lives.
Yes.
I even spoke at the Shrine Auditorium in L.A.
Oh,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I said, I look back and I said, how did I do that? And she said, you were just persistent. You don't think about it while you're
Right.
doing it, don't you
Right.
think?
And I think when you start to ask how in the middle of it, then that's when you would throw yourself off. You just
Right.
keep doing it, and just living.
If
the
you
dream.
thought about it, you would have been
couldn't do it.
totally
Yeah,
overwhelmed. You would have
exactly.
been totally overwhelmed and say,
Exactly.
what am I doing?
Now when
You
I
know?
see young mothers with like 2 kids and they're so over, I'm like, I did that at 24, 25. Like I see how it looked unusual now. Yeah.
So, how did you get Art in it, or Paula Jai Parker in it?
So Art, I don't know if you know Chris Spencer. Chris Spencer, he's the creator of Real Husbands of Hollywood. He's
Oh, okay.
pretty heavyweight in Hollywood right now. He's a good friend of mine, and he just kind of trusted me. He didn't even read the script. I just said, "Who can I get to direct it?" And
Now, is this your first play?
my first play.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a blessing. I mean, this is no
Yes.
accident. So I just said, and he just gave me. He's like, Art Evans. That's who you need to do and use. He's theater. He's the man. And I called Art, and he read it. He was like, I don't love the book, Veronica. And I was like, ugh. But he said, but I love the play. Yo, you can write. I was like, thank you, Art. So it was just an honor for him to come on board. And he directed the play in L.A. We had sold out shows.
Really?
Yeah. We did a 2-week run, and we sold out. And we got positive reviews all over everywhere. It was just like awesome to do.
Oh, fantastic. How long is the play?
The play is an hour and a half.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Now, Paula Jai Parker, how did you get her? And let me just say this. I'm going to tell her, too, when she gets here. I saw her in a different play a few years ago with a friend of mine, Sherry, oh, God, from Coming to America. From
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't think of it.
God, I don't know how I just drew a blank on that. But they were in a play together, and I said, she's such a good actress. She did not play, a lot of times they have her relegated to playing
Yes.
hookers and things like
Yes.
that. But she didn't play this in this kind of this play. And I talked to her after the show, and I said, you are so good, And she said, yeah, but I'm playing this kind of role. Well, how do
She's
you?
phenomenal.
She is a great actress.
She is. She gives so much to the character. And this is the first time she's playing it. We had another actor play in LA. And then Paula, I knew her from Pasadena, like just in passing.
Right.
And I just called her up, and she was like, I've been waiting for you to call me. I was like, what? Because you feel like, it's my first play. I can't
Sherry
get asked to
Hadley.
college.
Sherry Hadley.
Yes, yes.
She's a friend of mine.
Oh, she's a beautiful person.
Yes, she is. She's so
Yeah.
nice. And she was in this play. And it just, I said, look at this, look at Paula Jai Parker. She needs to be really elevated.
Yes.
She is a very, very good
Yes.
actress.
And I'm hoping that this role is completely
I
different
know,
than her
because
norm.
if she's playing you, she's playing your character.
Yes. So but she brings it. She brings her own style to the character.
Yes.
And she gets it, and she's going deep with this. I'm really proud of her. So
Now, did your ex-husband see the play?
no, but he knows about it. Yeah, he's not happy about it.
You know, it's so funny. I wrote a play called Tinderbox.
Oh.
And it was kind of, I had kind of the same, well, no, my husband wasn't a criminal, but
Okay.
he, anyway, I wrote a
Look,
play
your
one
husband
day.
was better than mine. No, I'm just
No.
teasing.
Nah, I wrote this play
Okay.
because it was something he did. We were divorced, and I just said, God, I just got a catharsis
Right.
writing it down. And I remember, a few years later, my son read the play, and he read it. He said, "Oh, this is a good play." And then at the end of the play, he said, "This is Dad.
He was like, wait a minute.
This is Dad." I said, "Oh God, is it that?"
Yeah. Oh, they're here, by the way. So I think that I'm excited about Paula being in it, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited, and they're walking through the door right now. So
Yes.
really excited. So what we're going to do is go to a break, and then bring her up here. You're
Yes.
looking beautiful.
she is.
Oh yeah, well, we'll give you a few minutes. No, you were.
No, they were here. We're on time.
Okay. N- Oh no, we're gonna do this. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. We're gonna leave and come back with Paula Jai Parker, and we're gonna bring another chair up here, and put her in the middle here.
All right.
All right. Okay. So we'll go to a break, and we'll be right back with Paula Jai Parker. I am back. I am back. I'm kind of off center right now, so we can open it up. And I have a wonderful actress here. She just got in from LA, right?
Yes.
Paula Jai Parker. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Brenda. It's Paula J.
Paula Jai.
And I told her it was okay. I didn't, correct her off camera, but I just wanted to correct her on camera.
I'm so
Not for
I'm so-
her, but for everyone who thinks I'm fancy. It's just regular old J. My
Paula
mama's
J.
from Columbia, South Carolina.
I'm from King. I was born in King Street, this
Really?
little town.
She was born in Pommery. Are you
Oh,
familiar
no,
with Pommery? Okay, so she's not
From South
exactly.
Carolina.
Yes, so we're South Carolina girls. Yes, ma'am. So yes, it's just regular old Paula J. Michael Jai is mispronouncing his name, and he just doesn't even know it. That's all I'm saying.
Now let's get a little background. And you're playing Veronica
Yes.
in the play.
Don't look like
You look just alike, right? Yes, just alike. We'll talk about feeding a monster soon, but I'm sure our audience here wants to know more about you because, well, I saw you do that play several years ago. And I had just told the audience how I just thought you just were a magnificent actress because that was the first time I saw you play another kind of role.
Right. And it's funny, I was born in Detroit. I was born in Farmington, Michigan.
You're kidding me.
Yes.
We're at Botsford Hospital.
I don't know. And you know what? A creditor got on me for not knowing the hospital I was born in. Like, you don't know? What kind of woman are you? I reported. I said, what kind of woman am I? Because I don't know where I was born in the hospital.
Well,
So
you
I
were
had
there
to
that
tweet.
day.
I know. How many of y'all know what hospital? But I think it was because I was raised in Cleveland, our sister city. So I was born in Farmington. But anyway, answering your question, I was here Yes, I remember that play. And I warned Veronica that y'all, Detroit don't play when it comes to theater. You guys know good theater. So
Yes.
the first day I came to rehearsal, I said, when I was here with Shaka Khan, we opened and closed in the
I
night.
know at the music hall, and Sherry Hadley was in that show
Yes, yes.
too.
And Gary Owen.
Gary Owen,
Yes.
the comedian.
Yes, it was
Wow.
a phenomenal cast.
It was a phenomenal cast, but Sherry gave me the tickets.
Oh,
I know
really?
Sherry and I worked
Oh,
together.
isn't she a great
Oh, I
lady?
love her. I
So
love her.
pretty.
She is.
And you were the first person I went to talk to because I said you are magnificent and should be
baby.
playing. And you remembered that.
Yes, I did. I will never. I never forget faces, especially the kind ones. I got a lot of flack for that play because in the suggestion box it said, "Why are you trying not to play a hoochie?"
What?
Like,
What?
we miss you playing a hoochie. So that's why I remember you, because you were so giving and kind and allowing me to know that I am more than the roles that I play.
Right,
Absolutely.
right,
And
right.
everyone else in the audience was mad because I wasn't a hoochie. And, it was my first role after having my baby, after having postpartum. So it was kind of daunting to get booed. Shock and I got booed.
What?
Remember the scene where she snatches the wig off my head?
Oh,
and I
yeah.
have the ball thing there. Shaka just broke down. She started booing me too. Shaka was like, boo. I'm just
Clutching
playing.
my
I just playing.
pearls, girl.
We both were clutching, but it made us closer.
Right.
We didn't literally get booed, guys. You guys
So-
laughed with
so
us.
what was
You
your-
know I'm silly.
So, what was your journey to the States? You were raised in Cleveland,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then what?
I started having these reoccurring dreams at the age of 3, right after my father passed away, where I was acting as a grown up. And I didn't know it was me. I thought it was my mom. And I was like, Mom, I keep having these dreams that you're this movie star or something. And my mom was like, I'm not a movie star. I have no designs to be a movie star. Maybe it's you when you grow up. Because my mom is a very spiritual person. And she attends the Unity Church,
Okay.
religious science. So I was raised in the Unity Church. So she put me in a group called the Singing Angels, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. And it's a performing choir. So she sent me to the Caramel Theater.
Oh, I was
Yes.
going to ask you
She
about
sent me
that.
to the Caramel Theater when I was a baby, and they confirmed that I had talent. I don't know how they could tell at 4, but it sent me on a journey of performance, and I never looked back. I just had the faith.
And when did you decide after high school? Did you act in high
So
school?
yes, through high school I did the Singing Angels. So the Singing Angels, it's a performing choir. It was led by a man named Bill Bain, and we went all over the world. I have pictures of myself in England with lords and ladies. I performed in Wales against the Vienna Boys Choir.
Wow.
I have pictures of myself
Wow.
kissing Jimmy Carter when we serenaded the Peanut Man, our favorite peanut farmer. So it opened my eyes to what I could accomplish. And I
Right.
think that's very important for those of you who have children who are saying, I'm supposed to be doing this. Because it is a God planted seed. No one in their right mind wants to be rejected
Right.
on a daily basis. You have to have it in your blood to want to do this on a professional level.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I was having a conversation with someone yesterday because you you shouldn't douse a dream. You should not douse a dream because
Yes.
you may be dousing the next Paula J. Parker. Paula J. Parker.
It's fine. You call it what you want
No,
to,
Paula
Diva.
J. Paula J. But or the next Denzel Washington,
Yes.
or the
Yeah.
next president of the United States.
Amen. Amen.
And so your mother was one in a million
Yes.
because
Yes.
so many parents, having taught drama and young people, high schoolers, and had directed so many plays and
Thank you.
musicals,
That's where it begins.
I saw parents I had parents come to me saying, he loves this. He loves doing
Isn't
this, and
that
I
a good
want him to
feeling?
be an
Yes.
engineer.
Oh,
But I can't
I
keep him
want
away
him.
from
Yes,
that.
yes.
And one young man, he's in New York right now. I had him
Yes,
play
Diva.
James Thunder Early in Dreamgirls in 2000.
Turned it out.
And then when he went to University of Michigan, they had him
yes.
play Curtis Taylor Jr.
And you went and saw it, supported.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you
yes,
did.
I still support.
Yes.
Yes, and another one, the one who played Curtis Taylor in that particular play, was in the opening company of Hamilton.
Wow.
Yes, and
Congratulations.
I mean, it's not on me.
But
It's
it is.
It's on the tenacity.
Yes.
And the parents who
Yes.
encourage them to keep on.
Excuse me. So you see that as well. That,
Yes.
me being, I teach kids now as well. It's my side hustle, but it's really my passion.
Right.
Watching them grow, isn't
Yeah.
it? And the parents that said, "Oh, she's not going to say anything," and then their child gets up there and gives a whole monologue, and they're crying, and you're like,
yes,
"Mhm."
yes.
And I tell a parent, easy, go sit down. Just go sit down.
Let me do-
Go, shut up, Bobby. Go sit down. Go sit down. So it is on you. And I thank you and teachers like you because we're acknowledging that parents have to be on board.
Yeah.
But when they're not, you are. And it
Absolutely.
means the world to kids. You
Yeah.
would not believe how much I've had. My husband being one of the people who said it was my drama teacher in high school that helped me find my dream. I think she took them to New York to see. He saw his first Broadway musical, and he's never looked back. So educators, you guys are very important in our lives.
Well,
Yeah.
we like to show them that it is possible.
Yes.
See, a lot of time, don't shut down dreams.
yes,
You don't. You
Right.
will end up with a very unhappy person
because you're
down
unhappy,
the road.
probably.
You
That's
know.
why you shut down your baby's dream because somebody shut down yours. There's a phenomenal line in your play where you say, "Please," because it's not my line. People who hurt
Hurt people, hurt people.
hurt people, hurt people.
Yes, yes, very, very, very true. So, when did you go out to California?
So I went to Howard University because my mother
Oh,
said,
HU.
"HU, you too."
No, but
But you
I spoke in
recognize. Yes, of
Blackburn
course
Center
you
twice.
You did. Girl, this small world. Of course you did. But my mother said, if this dream is real in your heart, you have to get a degree. Because I know the game. And for some reason, before my father passed over, he made my mother promise that she would not allow me to become an actress. Of all, I was no more than I don't even think I had expressed the dream. Maybe I had or whatever. Maybe
They
he
probably
saw
saw it,
something.
yeah.
And because he understood this is not what you think it is. This industry is not what you think it is. You want to act, but there's so much more behind the scenes that will turn you off rather than turn you on.
Right.
And so my mother said she didn't understand any of this either, but she said, "Okay, well, you have to get a degree." So I went to Howard University. I got my degree in 4 years because I was not trying to work on the long-term plan.
right.
I was trying to get in, get out. I
Yes.
had things in my life to do. And I hate to tell kids this, but I would have done the associate's program for acting. Like, I think 2 years for acting is enough. But for me, I wanted the degree.
Right. Well, a young lady that I had in play, she went to AMDA in New York.
Yes.
2 years. She did the 2 years.
Yes.
She auditioned with a lot of other people. She ended up playing Tiana,
Oh, wow.
at Disney World,
Right.
Disneyland in Hong Kong.
Girl,
Wow.
that is
She
a
just
great
she's
gig.
coming home
That is
today.
such a
She
great gig.
maintains an apartment in New York
And do you know that Disney keeps you working for life?
for life.
And
Wow.
they will upgrade her or they will keep her in the circuit.
She is so
And when
good.
she gets to a point where she can no longer play Tiana, they will have her play the Voodoo Queen. That's how Disney takes care
Well,
of you.
shoot, I need
They
to
really,
write
really
me
do.
some
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
stuff.
Yes,
I'm a-
Disney,
I was a
Disney,
fan.
yes, they've always been consistent support in my career, and I thank them. Ever
Really?
since the Proud Family, yes,
Yeah,
and,
the Proud Family.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
So,
they've shown me love.
after college, you went out.
So after college, I moved to New York. Now, at Howard, the reason I went to Howard is because I understood this industry requires connections.
Correct.
So in my class, I always have to do a little, tooting, because these people that came out that I was blessed enough to study with: Anthony Anderson, Taraji Henson, P. Diddy,
Wow.
who else? Marlon Wayans. Put a pin in that, because me meeting Marlon his freshman year was my senior year, is what led to my first gig in LA, which was the Wayans brothers.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I understood that nurturing relationships is a
So
big part
important.
of life,
Period.
and so, I mean, there were some: Wendy Raquel Robinson, Wendy Davis, Isaiah Washington.
Washington.
The list goes on, and then there's a whole new crew
Yep.
that our girl Konishiwa. She's also in this play, phenomenal Howard grad.
Yeah.
She told me, I was like, well, let me hear you brag on your class. She said, okay, Tutu, can you say Black Panther? Hello. So I said, okay, by now.
Right
okay.
now.
It's all H2, baby. And the young lady who is starring in This Is Us.
Oh,
The-
okay.
the
The
black
Oh, I love her.
Yeah,
Susan.
who plays
Susan.
Yeah.
Sterling's wife.
Yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
her, yes.
That's a Howard grad. She's a Howard
Yes.
grad as well.
You can tell.
So,
Oh, that is so fabulous.
so I went to Howard. Then I won a competition. Myself and Cockroach. I forgot he's in our class, so I
Oh.
gotta say thank you to Carl Payne.
I've had him on the show
It's
too.
due to him that I won an internship with the Negro Ensemble Company.
Really?
And with the New Federal Theater Company.
And Woody
With
King.
Yes, my
Yeah.
boy Woody,
Yeah.
honey. Yes, I knew you knew Woody.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, Diva, you know Woody. So, Negro Ensemble Company. I don't know where Douglas was the whole time.
Right.
But Woody,
was
honey,
there.
he was right
He was
there.
there.
And he took me under his wing. And he guided me, and he talked to me, and he was honest with me. And all the haters from college that called on the phone, like, you done hired the wrong chick.
Really?
Wow.
Is that crazy? Yes. He let me hear the messages.
Oh, my
I've had
goodness.
haters since elementary school.
Well, that
It's
means
crazy.
you're doing something right.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
It's true.
So it didn't turn him away. It didn't turn him off. It made him make me realize that you have to be conscious of the way you treat people, because even if they're envious, you don't want them to have anything that they can say.
Don't give them any
Any
ammunition.
Thank you. So he said, this isn't any ammunition, whatever.
Well, your
but-
haters can be your
Right.
motivators.
Exactly. For me, they are. I've always, I didn't make Delta line. I said, okay, Deltas, you're going to see. You made a mistake. So, the guy that they chose over me, he broke up with me. I wanted him to see, you're going to see. You made a mistake. So then you show them, and then you need to readjust, because now I don't care
Right.
about either one of them. So I need new motivation. And now it's my son.
How old is he?
He's 10, and Bill Cosby told me that he told me what happened, because I'm one of the people that he did pull to the side and say, baby, you're too talented to continue to play a hoochie.
Yeah.
It's okay for some people, but for you, it's not.
Yeah, you don't want to get
Yes,
typecast.
and you can do more.
You can.
And I wasn't understanding what he was saying. And he saw that I wasn't understanding. And he said, you know what? You'll understand what I'm saying when you have a child. And he's so right.
And then after you have the child, I came up to you.
Yes,
Exactly.
and said and reaffirmed what he had said. So, my whole motivation for acting before, if it was fun, I was in it. Now I do want to do more powerful pieces. I want to make statements.
Yes.
I want to make my son proud of me. So when Veronica came along, it was just like, and I kept saying to myself and putting in the universe, ask me to be in your play. Ask me to be in your play. Ask me to be in your play. Ask
I was
me.
like, I don't
and
know if
she'd
it's
be
good.
like, I got this great play, girl, and it's going up at the Hudson. Can you come visit? Can you come sit in the audience? I was like, oh, you got a great play? She was like,
Well, I didn't know it was great. I was pumping myself up. So then once I saw it play, then I was like, oh, this is good. It's my first piece. I never I was just saying that at the time.
Well, you know what happens in life, ladies. In life, as you grow older, you start peeling away things and finding out other things that you can do,
Yes.
finding out what you're more capable of that you thought 10,
Right.
20 years ago.
And you feel like, for me, I didn't feel confident. Like I
Yeah,
felt
the
like,
fearlessness
yeah,
kicks in.
I was afraid. And when Art got on board, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe it's something. And then the other actors, when I saw, it's almost like flat, and then when it stood up,
Yes.
when they did it, it was like popped out the page, and we were like, oh, this is good. But then it still wasn't good to me until the audience sat in there, and then I sat with the audience, and then I was like, and Art kept telling me, you're on to something, but you don't believe it. Well, I didn't believe it. And that's why,
Right.
yeah, I was like, she ain't going to do my little play.
Well,
You know,
I'm so thankful
real
you
actor-
did.
I
you know
like
what
you
was
too.
on? Phone Booth was on last
Oh,
month
oh,
or something.
girl,
I said, Lord
why?
have mercy. I said,
Oh,
there
I
she
remember
is.
that.
I said, there she is.
But you know, that was Joel Schumacher.
Yes.
So you work for Joel Schumacher. I don't care what the role
Right,
is.
right.
You know, I don't know
Oh,
if you guys
right.
know. He created Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Sparkle
Right.
is his.
Right.
He wrote, directed it. Car Wash is his. So that's how the
Wow.
group Rolls Royce came about, because he called
Car
in
Wash.
his friends and said, "I need y'all on my soundtrack." And they got in there and grooved so well, they became Rolls Royce.
Right.
So
right, right.
Joel Schumacher is my dude. I love him so much, and the opportunity to work with him was just a blessing. And I think I'm the first person that I know to call a white boy a nigga. You know, I got to call Colin Farrell a nigga and let them know he is Irish, but we all niggas. How about that? So,
She's like, well, we
Well.
on TV.
oh, oops, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say nigga.
Oh,
I
well,
apologize.
we
y'all.
said it 5
I'm not
years
talking
ago.
about us.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah.
The pale ones.
But
Sorry.
that was part of your line
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
show. That
Yes,
was your
correct.
line in the
No,
show.
I made that up.
Oh.
Like a lot of
But they
my
let you
work.
have
She
it.
ad-libbed
I mean, it
yeah.
still
I
was in
do-
the movie.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
It was still in the movie. A lot of people enjoyed when you got kicked out the house and
Hustle-
Hustle
Oh,
and
I
Flow.
think you enjoyed that. I think you
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
No, I said that's my
I-
girl. I don't want her kicked out.
Thank you. That was terrible. They should not have picked her and the baby. And the
Yeah.
baby. Then they go sit the baby out there. That's just terrible.
Wait, I'm
I
just
do that.
laughing.
I know.
So
That
wrong.
was
I'm
wrong.
sorry
wasn't
that
it? I was
happened.
like,
But
Your
the one,
character.
well, but the trait that I always see with your performances, you put your whole self in.
Yes.
right. Because I believe that these women are authentic. And when I was at home in Cleveland in high school, I am from the suburbs. So I was always sheltered from the streets or whatever. So of course what you're sheltered from is what you run to.
Right.
So all my girlfriends were from the hood, or all my boyfriends, you know. So
Oh, yeah.
I made
Like
a
them
vow
bad
to myself,
boys.
yeah, the bad boys, that these people were being undervalued in the media.
I agree.
Every time I saw someone play a woman, an urban woman, it became they put on their, I don't know what, I don't even know the, like Hallie, I love you Hallie, but this accent that they give
Hey,
black
it's
women,
like, who talks like that?
who talks like that? So it became, for me, motivation to tell the urban woman's story authentically. And I think I did it too well, because all of these women, Joy, you know, from Friday, you know her. You know the girl, my character from Hustle and Flow, that got the
Yeah,
stripper.
well, hold on. We have a
Lexus.
phone call.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tony.
Hi, do you have a question or comment?
Yes, I just wanted to tell your guest I enjoyed her work, and she's one of my favorite actresses, and especially Hustle and Flow. I love that movie, the part she played in that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she killed it. So you can see her at Feeding a Monster this weekend
This coming weekend,
at the Northwest.
play at Northwest Activity Center. You know
Yes.
where it is. It's November 8th and 9th and 10th
and 11th.
and 11th. It's 4 days.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Shows
Yes.
on Saturday.
Two
Yes.
shows on
That's
Saturday.
next weekend, right?
Yes,
Yes.
next weekend, 7 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, and then 4 p.m. on Saturday and 8 p.m. on Saturday. And on the 11th, the last day, it's a 4 p.m. performance. But you can get your
All
ticket,
right.
you can buy tickets in advance at God's World, right?
Yes, and Eventbrite.
And Eventbrite. And also, you can buy tickets at the door.
Yeah, but Detroit, can you buy your
Okay.
tickets earlier?
Yeah, please buy them earlier, yes, because it's sold out in LA. So
Yes.
it's a play that we would love.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you very much. Hope to see you
And
there.
welcome to Detroit.
Oh, welcome to Detroit.
Thank you.
again.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Thank you.
Yeah, you were born here. That's something
Yes.
we did not know.
We
Now-
both have that in
I'm a
common.
homie.
Now, tell us a little about your character before we have to go.
My character is sitting right to my right. Veronica is a phenomenal woman who has been through a lot in her lifetime, and you wouldn't know. You know, to look at her, she just seems like this sweet, suburban chick. And I met Veronica at Pasadena Public Access Television. Like I told you, I teach babies now. So my class consists of acting for the screen. So what I do is I teach them once a week, and then on the fourth week of the month, we do a
A
public
field-
access. No, I
Oh.
put them. They have their own TV show.
Oh, okay.
We do. So I teach them three Mondays, and the fourth Monday we go to public access TV, and they have their own TV show. So during the month, we're producing. They're learning to produce. They're writing sketches. They're doing everything required to create, produce, and direct your own television show. So to be able to do that with public access, you have to take the classes, you have to learn, which is something I was interested in because I need to diversify. I need to create my own stuff,
Yes,
as an
yes.
actress so that I can do other parts. So I met Veronica there, and she was talking about a book that she had written about this topic. So this is how far back this was.
Yeah.
And she planted a seed, and she said, I'm thinking about turning it into a play. Can I get your number? So fast forward maybe a year. Was it even that long? You
Yeah.
called and you were like, it's a play now. Come see it. But before that, did we have a meeting?
We had a meeting about that.
Yes.
Yeah, we had one meeting.
And you mentioned that you were turning it into a play. And during that lunch, I was sitting there like, okay, you're turning how you're gonna ask
I'm like,
me to be
she's
in
out
it.
of my league.
You're bugging.
Well,
No,
it's-
but this role, they're a good, and that's what I meant to say, and I'm glad you brought this back up. A good actress craves a good role.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So if there is no league when it comes to, good writing and good development of a good character. And that's why I jumped on board this project, because I can see it in New York, off Broadway, Broadway. I see it. It's the kind of play that speaks to what we're going through as women today.
Absolutely.
Like I mentioned, the casting couch, and thinking that you have to do certain things with men in power to be able to work. And it's all real, and molestation. I was molested when I was a little girl. So this topic is very, very important to me, that people know what signs to look for, that people understand this really happens. Did you want to?
Our time is up just
We're like,
about. I just want to remind people that you can see this great actress next weekend, starting Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday at 4, and Saturday night at 8 p.m. At Northwest Activity Center. You could go to Eventbrite and look up Feeding a Monster play, right?
Yes.
And also, you could get it at God's World.
Yes.
God's World,
That's the
right
place
at
to go.
13533 West 7 Mile in Detroit. Don't miss this show. Don't miss this show.
And if you like my dress, I want to shout out my girl. This is my girl, Lisa Nicole. She's also,
beautiful.
I did a dumb reality show, but she's on reality shows.
Oh.
The Doctors.
Yeah.
She's got, I just told her I'd shout her line.
Shout her out. Okay, we've kind of run over. I wish we had more
I
time.
do too.
Okay, we'll see you. I'll see you next week.